Part 7. Legacy and Envy. The autumn harvest painted the fields in hues of gold and green. Li Wei stood at the edge of his land, surveying the bounty with quiet pride. Granaries brimmed with grain, workers laughed as they loaded baskets, and the air carried the scent of prosperity. Beside him, Han Rong's presence was steady, his gaze sharp with satisfaction. "We have built more than fields," Han Rong murmured. "We have built a legacy." Li Wei nodded, heart swelling. "And it will endure." Their household had grown beyond farming. With surplus wealth, Li Wei invested in new ventures, a workshop for tools, a mill powered by water, a small school where children learned not only letters but practical skills. Han Rong oversaw the workers, his authority unquestioned, his confidence inspiring loyalty. Together, they transformed their household into a hub of innovation and community. Villagers admired them, merchants respected them, officials acknowledged them. Their names carried weight, their influence spread. The second son and the Ger had become leaders, their household a beacon of prosperity. Yet envy festered in the shadows. Li Wei's family watched with bitterness, their resentment deepening with each success. His elder brother, consumed by jealousy, whispered of sabotage. "He thinks himself better than us," he snarled. "Let us see how long his fortune lasts." One night, granaries were set aflame. Workers rushed to extinguish the fire, but much grain was lost. Li Wei stood amid the smoke, jaw tight, heart heavy. He knew who was responsible, though no proof remained. Han Rong's fury was palpable. "Your brother will not stop until he destroys us," he growled. Li Wei's gaze was steady. "Then we will rebuild, and we will rise higher than before." They rebuilt swiftly, their resilience unmatched. Li Wei introduced fire breaks, stone granaries, and watch patrols. Han Rong trained workers in vigilance, his presence a deterrent to further sabotage. Their household endured, stronger than ever. The villagers whispered of their resilience. "Even fire cannot destroy them," they murmured. "Their strength is unyielding." Their ventures expanded further. Li Wei introduced new crafts, weaving, pottery, carpentry, diversifying their income. Han Rong managed trade, negotiating with merchants, ensuring fair deals. Their household became not only prosperous, but self-sufficient, a model of innovation. Children flocked to their school, learning letters, numbers, and skills. Elders praised their generosity, workers admired their fairness. Their influence spread beyond the village, reaching neighboring towns. Yet envy persisted. Li Wei's family attempted sabotage again, poisoning livestock, spreading rumors, inciting workers. Each attempt failed, thwarted by vigilance and resilience. Han Rong confronted them openly, his voice sharp. "You cannot destroy what we have built. Your envy is your own prison." Li Wei stood beside him, calm but firm. "We will not bow to bitterness. We will rise, always." Their household became a symbol of defiance, their legacy secure. Villagers looked to them for guidance. Merchants sought their counsel. Officials respected their authority. The second son and the Ger had become leaders, their influence undeniable. One evening, as the sun set over their fields, Han Rong spoke softly. "We have faced envy, sabotage, betrayal. Yet here we stand, stronger than ever." Li Wei pressed his forehead against his. "Because we stand together." Han Rong's smile was fierce. "And together, we are unbreakable." Their legacy was not merely wealth, but resilience, innovation, and love. Envy could not destroy them. Sabotage could not break them. They had built a life that endured, a household that thrived, a bond that defied fate. And their journey was nearing its most profound chapter. Part 8. New Dawn. The winter air was crisp, carrying the scent of pine and smoke. Snow dusted the rooftops, fields lay dormant beneath frost, and the village settled into quiet rhythms of survival. Yet within Li Wei and Han Rong's household, warmth and anticipation filled the air. Han Rong's steps had grown slower, his body heavier with the weight of new life. The villagers whispered in awe, "The strong, confident Ger was with child. Some marveled, others gossiped, but all watched with fascination. Li Wei hovered constantly, his modern knowledge guiding him through herbs, nutrition, and rest. He crafted softer bedding, ensured warmth, and prepared nourishing meals. His heart swelled with both worry and joy. In his past life, he had known only exhaustion and loneliness. Now, he awaited the arrival of children, a future he had never dared imagine. The day came with the rising sun. Han Rong's cries echoed through the house, fierce and unyielding. Li Wei held his hand, whispering encouragement, his own heart pounding. Hours stretched long, sweat beading on Han Rong's brow, determination blazing in his eyes. And then, the cries of newborns filled the air. Two tiny forms, wrapped in cloth, their voices sharp and insistent. Twins. Li Wei's breath caught, tears spilling freely. He cradled them gently, marveling at their fragile perfection. Han Rong, exhausted but triumphant, smiled weakly. Two, he whispered. We have been blessed twice over. Li Wei pressed a kiss to his forehead. Our family is complete. The household erupted in celebration. Workers cheered, villagers brought gifts, elders offered blessings. The twins became symbols of hope, continuity, and prosperity. The second son and the Ger, once dismissed and scorned, now stood as pillars of strength, their legacy secured through new life. Li Wei's family watched from afar, their envy sharper than ever. Yet even they could not deny the joy that radiated from the household, the prosperity that endured, the love that thrived. As seasons turned, the twins grew, laughter filling the courtyard, tiny hands grasping at the world. Li Wei taught them letters and numbers. Han Rong taught them strength and confidence. Together, they nurtured not only children but a future. Their household expanded further, ventures thriving, influence spreading. Merchants sought their counsel, villagers relied on their guidance, officials respected their authority. The second son and the Ger had become leaders, their names etched into memory. One evening, as the sun dipped low and the twins played in the courtyard, Li Wei and Han Rong sat together, watching. We have built more than fields, more than wealth, Han Rong murmured. We have built a family. Li Wei's gaze softened, heart full, and a legacy that will endure. Han Rong's smile was fierce. Together, we are unbreakable. Li Wei pressed his forehead against his. And together, we are eternal. Their journey had begun with death and rebirth, with neglect and defiance. It had carried them through trials, triumphs, envy, and love. And it had ended with joy, prosperity, and the laughter of children. The second son and the Ger, once dismissed, now stood as proof that strength and wisdom could reshape destiny. Their household flourished, their love endured, their legacy thrived. And as the twins laughed beneath the setting sun, Li Wei and Han Rong knew their new dawn had arrived.